You've all heard the phrase, "don't quit your day job." But the San Francisco trial attorney did just that after his first musical, Insignificant Others, played to sold-out audiences at the new Conservatory Theatre. It all started with Jay Kuo writing songs as anecdotes about his friends. Kuo's law partners were so impressed after the first stage reading, and they found more potential than the composer realized.
Some of the songs that they found funniest, I didn't even think were that funny. Songs about a transsexual who called Plumbing, where the main character Margaret sings about the fact that the guy that she is so happy is heterosexual actually has no penis yet.
Plumbing. Does it come down to plumbing? It was yesterday, CJ told me he's still a she. What's my numbing? I don't see this one coming. I'm not sure that I should really plan to discover the man he's becoming. He'll be adding some plumbing.
But listening to the audience react to that, it was revelatory for me because I didn't realize how funny they would believe it to be.
And so they encouraged him to workshop the musical.
I worked very closely with Jay in terms of what he wanted to see choreographically speaking on stage. He would come to me and say, okay, I see in this scene marching baristas, so give me marching baristas. Or in this scene I see a swirl of city life, so I want to see dancing gay boys around Margaret.
What happened was I was walking to work one day and they had erected a Starbucks on a corner, and I looked down the street and there was another one within visible walking distance 3 blocks down, and then exactly one block past the one they had just erected. And I thought, well, this is deserving of a song. It's funny how they're just sprouting up everywhere.
In the story, Jay cleverly juxtaposed two timing against the backdrop of corporate expansion.
Well, what's funny is, they were in Safeway, and then I saw in the newspaper that they were starting to promote DVDs at Starbucks, and so we're not far off the mark from what we had said they would do.
At the Jon Sims Center for the Arts AIRSpace program, Insignificant Others caught the eye of New Conservatory Theater's Ed Decker, who paired up Jay Kuo with director George Quick. With the financial backing of his now former law partners as investors, Kuo went from courtroom theatrics to music theatrics with the start of his new company, San Francisco New Theater Workshop. The company's first production is the musical Homeland, about a native son from West Texas and the daughter of Korean immigrants who struggle to survive the battle for the hearts and minds of modern-day red state, blue state America.
Well, I think that Homeland is probably striving to make more of a statement about each of its characters. But certainly the immigrant experience is just one statement that we're making. There's a whole religious divide and cultural divide in this country that is at the heart of this show. The East-West divide, some people, the red-blue divide, as some people would call it. It's really also a class divide, and it's a religious divide.
And I think that Homeland is going to be a lot more organic in its construction, and I think because we have a director right away and we have 3 people thinking about things right from the beginning, we're not going to box ourselves in any way, shape, or form. And I think I'm going to be able to do a lot with Homeland that we just couldn't do with ISO because of the type of show and because of the collaborative process right from the beginning, me being an equal creative member of the team.
For Jay's second musical, Homeland is in the traditional grand style with romantic ballads and stirring anthems, and I get to watch the composer in action.
And I remember when I was writing this, I would sit and I would play the opening chord, and I would hear it almost like a hymn. What I tell investors is that I want to be the most prolific musical theater writer of this generation. And so far, we're on track. We've got 2 shows up and going, basically, and a 3rd show on its way. And I figure that I will probably write one show every year for the next 10 years at least to fulfill what I promised to the investors. I expect that shows will be sitting down here in San Francisco and maybe in New York City or maybe touring soon. It's quite an amazing experience. It's exhausting, it's exhilarating. I think the music gets better and better, and with each step of the way I'm learning more, certainly learning a lot from George Quick, who has been a great friend and mentor, who going to rehearsal with every day is just a joy because every day is a new experience.
And it looks like every day for the next 10 years will be a joy for Jay Kuo. Homeland will have its limited engagement at the Magic Theater at Fort Mason Center on December 16 through December 19. For more information, point your web browsers to homelandmusical.com or call 415-864-1248. For Outlook Video, this is Raymond Donald Hong.